allow me to introduce you to Y-Chromosome Adam and Mitochondrial Eve. But why didn't I just say Adam and Eve? This is science here, alright? So let me break it down for you. You see, human beings pass down DNA traits to their kids. The woman passes down mitochondrial DNA to the woman and the male, but the male can't pass it down to the female. The male passes down the Y chromosome to the male. And that's how we can trace our Y chromosomes upwards from the male line right up to Y chromosome Adam, and we can trace our female line right up to mitochondrial Eve. Now, science tells us that we all have a single common female ancestor and a single common male ancestor. That's why they call them mitochondrial Adam and Eve. So at first they said they never existed at the same time, but then science figured out that they didn't stay so far in time anyway. So we all have a single male ancestor and a single female ancestor which originated in Africa. From Africa, they migrated outwards, and that's how we have the different populations we do today. This is how science explains the way we all became how we became. But how did we become different colors if we are all African in principle? I'm going to let Bill Nye, the science guy, explain that part a little further.
This is a map of the continents of the Earth showing how much ultraviolet light lands in each latitude. It turns out the closer you are to the equator, the more intense the ultraviolet. We use reds and purples. But then as you move away from the equator, we change the colors to orange, yellow, greens, and grays. Now here's the same map of the same continent with just one color. And it turns out that everybody on Earth is descended from people that live here in Africa. And then as groups of us moved around the world, the color of our skin had to change. And here's why. Our skin is where we make vitamin D. If you don't get enough ultraviolet, you don't get enough vitamin D. But if you get too much ultraviolet, then you break down your folates. You have to have it in perfect balance. And because the ultraviolet varies, the color of our skin varies. And that's it, everybody. That's why we have different colored skin. But we're all one species. But we're not treating each other fairly. Not everybody's getting an even shake. So it's time to change things.
But if we all descend from a single female ancestor and a single male ancestor, why is it that some people think that they are better than others based upon skin color? Why is it that some people think that they have higher intellect than others based upon skin color? Doesn't that show an inferior intellect in the first place, that they made that deduction anyway? In any case, that's a short little history lesson, even though that took about 200,000 years. That's it from me today. Cheers.